speaking of Machida, I want to ask you a question that I asked Rampage. Is this a good example of something you always say about don't leave it in the judge's hands, this elusive style? Do you think that style is working against him now?
I did. I agreed with you when you said that. I think that style did work against him tonight. I think that, you know, the first couple of rounds, he was laying back. And again, he's one of those guys that you see signs of brilliance, man. When he threw that knee, it was like this quick flying knee that he hit Rampage in the body with, and I know that hurt him. Listen, Rampage is a tough guy. He's a human being. That knee hurt him, and then Machida lays off and runs around in circles, and you know, instead of when he lands that knee, you know you just hit this guy with a solid knee. Follow up with some body kicks, put some pressure on him. You can't stay outside and run, especially. And the other thing too, I was reading some of the shit that the people were saying on Twitter and stuff. Rampage fought a brilliant fucking fight tonight. Are you crazy? I mean, I love the way that every time that Machida would throw that leg kick. Here's the thing. If you're Rampage and you stay outside and fight like Rampage normally does, you get Forrest Griffined, where Machida's going to keep throwing those leg kicks, bust your legs up, and you're not going to be able to walk by the end of the second round. Every time Machida would throw that leg kick, Rampage would move forward and fire. The first minute and a half of the fight, he took a couple of those leg kicks and he was staying outside, and then you saw him go, fuck this shit. Every time he'd start kicking, he'd run in and start punching. Then when Machida would clinch and they'd get against the cage, Rampage did damage the entire time they were pressed up against the foot stomps, working his thighs, ripping him to the body. As soon as they broke, Rampage would start punching again. I thought Rampage fought a brilliant fight and fought the fight that he had to fight against a guy like Machida. He's not going to stand outside and try to outspeed Machida. Or if he stood outside and kept throwing punches, he'd have got counterpunched to death, kick to the head, kick to the body, flying knees. I personally, if you know the way Rampage fights and the way that Machida fights, Rampage fought the perfect fight tonight. And then when he put his hand up after the fight and then sits down like he lost, I'm like, he is fucking nuts, this guy. This guy literally is nuts. He just won 2 out of 3 rounds, and he's laying around like he just lost the fight. Crazy.